Okay, so I think this is the third time that I've genuinely reshot this video, and every single time I shoot this video, I keep repeating it, and I've already recorded it twice. And the reason why I'm recording it a third time is because every single time I stumble upon something that is way better than the last time before. And I also believe that you deserve a version where there is no fluff and there is nothing that is off on a tangent. You deserve like the best shit ever. So ladies and gentlemen, like you've read from this title, I'm going to show you exactly how we can go ahead and create content for your coaching offer, so you can basically start selling and get more leads into the door, right? And the reason why we want to do this is because we want to make the leads know, like, and trust who you are. And the best way to do this is through a basically through long form content, which is the best and most secure way, and even the fastest way. So the problem is at hand is that a lot of people are struggling with how to actually create this kind of content. And in this video, I'm gonna be able to help you. I'm gonna show you exactly how we can do that, and it'll be something worth your time. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I'm currently just opening up some stuff so we can get right into it. I don't want to waste fucking time. I want to get right into it right away. Okay? So, ladies with gentle hands, give me a second. Let me just open my shit. All right. Is this back? Is this thing on? All right. Okay, cool. So, basically, here's the Miro board that I had AI created for me, and this was a one-shot prompt that I basically created, and now it has all of this. So we're gonna go through exactly each and every single section that I'm gonna show you what we're gonna talk about. So for this video, I'm gonna need you, right? Welcome to this video, first of all. Here's how we can create content with Claude for coaches and info offers. So you're not going to need any editors, you're not going to need any VAs, no production budget, and it's just you, Claude, and a research system that actually knows what your audience wants to hear. So first thing you're going to do, go ahead and go on Claude.ai, I'm pretty sure, and get the pro version, download Claude on your desktop, and then we're going to need Perplexity Pro. This is dependent on you. You could use ChatGPT or Gemini. Obviously, Gemini could be used if you want to research your niche, or if you want to research something that is something that requires research mainly, right? Research mainly goes into Gemini, nothing else. Claude goes into ideation and whatnot. GPT goes into brainstorming. And you're gonna tell me what you're gonna ask what the difference is. The difference is with Claude, it can organize your thoughts, right? Or with GPT, you can organize your thoughts, and then it's like, imagine an engineer that dreams and another that executes. So you can dream with GPT, and then you can execute with Claude, and you can deep research with Gemini. And you can have all of these three models in Perplexity. So that's why I'm telling you to get Perplexity Pro. And then you're gonna need a Miro board. So I'm gonna help you create Miro board videos for your niche, so you can demonstrate your expertise and show people that you actually know what the fuck you're talking about. And this is very important, okay? I want you to understand that you can either create Miro board videos, or you can create what's already working in your niche, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So these are things, but I'm gonna help you how to ideate, okay? Then we're gonna need OBS or Loom, and that depends on you. If you wanna record in OBS or record in Loom, it's up to you. And then you're going to need Notion or Google Docs, so you can basically store your information. Or a third option that is not here, you can download Obsidian. And this is going to be a separate video. However, if you want to basically store your entire information, have a second brain for your AI, you can go ahead and download something called Obsidian. And it's here, basically, just Obsidian. We can go ahead and get it. So this is Obsidian. Download it. You're gonna have something like this, and obviously I'm not gonna show what I have, but you can basically have a whole DNA structure of just your whole information and everything, and it's all written in markdown file format. So it's way better for your AI to just basically consume everything and help you nitpick the stuff that you need at the time. So yeah, this is Obsidian. That's for the third thing. Anyway, fourth thing, nothing. Okay, so the real problem, and this is something that is quite true. Most coaches in the BizOp niches, if you're a coach that is doing ecom or dropshipping or Amazon FBA or any of the make money online businesses, you probably should understand that you sometimes might have had the verge, or you've had that boost where you start posting for 10 days when you're so desperate, or when you get a boost of motivation at 3 a.m. and then it goes for 3 weeks when you're burnt out. and you copy what your competitors post, right? You get engagement a little bit, but you get no calls, you get no conversions out of it. You launch, your warm audience taps out you for the first time, the revenue goes to zero, and then you start panicking, you get into this again, and then you start posting more content, and you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't work, then you stop doing everything. And the content isn't the problem, it's the system behind the content, and that's what's the problem, right? This is exactly what this fixes. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how you can create content so you can get conversions. And obviously you can excuse me, so the copy over here is not as nasty as how it would be right now, but this is something that I feel like I should be creating more content around. Definitely I need to like get this video out there. I really need to get this video out there because it's amazing. The more time passes, the thing is with AI, the more time passes, the more shit happens. So that's basically what we're going to be tackling in this video. We're going to be tackling how we can create the content. Anyway, before we get into anything at all, you need to understand who exactly you're talking to. And before you write a single word, you need to know who's reading it. Not a vague idea of your audience, a precise, obsessive understanding of one person. So my avatar, meet Marcus, 23 years old, running a coaching business in trading, e-com, or some biz op niche. Makes 10K to 35K a month, even lesser, maybe makes nothing and he's just LARPing. First launch crushes it. The second one, absolutely nothing, it dies. And then what goes into real ICP is age, location, living situation of the avatar, and then the exact monthly revenue, and the average and the peak, what's the most they've made and how much they make on average. The launch plateau pattern, when did it break, and daily mental loop, what's the one thing they obsess about. Deepest fear. Their deepest fears, obviously, this could be whatever. What they've already tried and why it failed, who burned them before, bad operators, fake gurus, you know, bad coaches, bad mentorships, whatever it could be. That is something that your ICP might have struggled with. What they search on YouTube at 11 p.m. It's very important because people, you like projecting isn't, maybe you don't do it, and I best advise you don't project your own thoughts and insecurities on this because it will never be the same. You might have some things in common, but it might never be the same. The exact moment they decide to finally hire somebody. Okay, so here's a quick prompt. You can take a look at this, but you're only going to be able to use this prompt after you use the swipe file. And you don't think this video I've come empty-handed. There's a big ass swipe file you could use, which is right here. Go ahead and take a screenshot. The swipe file basically talks about everything that there is and everything that you need, right? So what you do after you take the swipe file, you say, here's my full ICP avatar, paste all 28 points, confirm you understand this person completely. We'll use this as a foundation for every piece of content we create. Now, obviously, you're not going to send it empty. What do you need to do? You need to fill it up, which brings us to this point is, the point is not here, is it? It's going to be in this point, actually. It's just that you see we're just going very, very fast in here. So we have an ICP. We want to fill that ICP up. But before we understand who our ICP is even, you want to basically craft, you want to sharpen your spear in a way where you could genuinely, whenever you throw that spear, it's going to stab 100%. And that's the best thing. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. And I'm giving you everything the operators do. And I'm going to show you how you can do it for free. All right. So the second phase is going to be research and validation, right? Now that you know who you're talking to, you need to find out what they're already watching. This is where 90% of coaches skip and wonder why their videos flop. Audit 5 to 10 competitor YouTube channels, right? So what we're going to be looking at is the video title. It's very important. A video title and the thumbnail is more than enough to get people a lot of clicks, but even though you might not be delivering on your promise for the first 30 seconds, but videos and titles and thumbnails are quite fucking important. Third thing is going to be the hook type, the first 30 seconds of what you're saying. If people see that you're delivering on your promise or not, the view count is, you know, from here it just keeps getting lesser and lesser. The importance keeps getting lesser. And step 2, pull cross niche formats. The format, here's how my niche makes me $10,000 a month working. And you can say, here's how my day trading strategy makes me $10,000 a month. Look up videos like that. I'm going to show you right now how we can do it. And you're going to find a lot of people that explain the same shit. Here's my journey. Here's my journey. Here's how I did this. Here's how I did that. Don't do this. Do this instead. Fuck it. Here's how I did this. There's a lot of things you can basically do. Anyway, and then you have... Why am I moving too much? All right. Everything you collect here feeds your content library in phase 3. Research without a library is just a waste of time. So we need a Notion library, or we need somewhere for you to store. I personally use Obsidian. I don't even use Notion anymore. I dropped Notion. I had everything on Notion, but now I've converted all my files and PDFs into Markdown files, and I fed it into Obsidian. And whenever I need anything, it just pulls out of there. Now, this is an SOP that I've created with the information that I have. Go ahead and be free to steal this. I really don't care. It has set of prompts and it has instructions where basically you can just use this by copy and pasting. You'll know what's going on. Here's a whole fucking prompt that you can go ahead and use. And this is a general prompt. You can obviously specialize it for what you do and how you do it. This is everything that you're going to need. There you go. Open here how to use this. Even there's an instruction manual. Open a new Claude chat. You know, go to YouTube, paste the full prompt above in the chat, fill in your niche, your ICP, and the channel URL. Let Claude run, navigates, reads screenshots, and builds every entry. Claude will scrape channels for you, right? So this is a swipe file that you can use where you can let Claude scrape your competitors. And I'm not even joking when I say this, but if you use Claude Chat, it will literally ask for your permission so that I can control your PC and find your top 10 competitors, go on YouTube using the same methods, the same titles that we're using, and it goes ahead and just it scrapes the people that are competing with you on that title. I'm going to show you how we can manually do it in case it doesn't work for you or in case you're too dumb maybe not to do it. We're going to go ahead and go on YouTube. And then as you can see, if not, your YouTube homepage should already be a good enough place to start. So as you can see, Mark Builds Brands has one of those new popping formats, which is the title and the thumbnail. And it was popping and it still is popping for niche content. And you have, here's another video and a couple of more videos here. There you go. A lot of videos in here. We can check them out. Obviously, keep scrolling. You might find a couple of things for people that you compete with or people that are in your space that are doing. If not, then that's okay. I'm going to show you what we can do. So let's take you as, for example, you are a trading mentor. So I'm going to go ahead and say, fuck it. I'm going to use this format, the same one that I'm using for this video. Fuck it. Here is how my trading, or without the H, whoopsies. Oh, it doesn't matter. All right, there we go. A lot of fuck it videos, right? So number 1, number 2, number 3. This one is he's probably using charts and a Miro board. Obviously with trading, you can't really use Miro boards as much because you're going to be having to explain through the charts and your trader view and whatnot, you know, those kind of things. Fuck it, here's how to make your first 10K from day trading. And there's a lot of people, right? People that have 100 subscribers, they're getting 700 views. Now, if they're good at what they're doing and if their video is pretty fucking good and the copy is written very well and they know how to speak on the camera, then they should be getting quite the conversions, okay? Or at least they should be getting some people to follow them and then become long form followers, and then from there they can buy eventually after 3 videos. As you can see, a lot of fuck it videos. You can do this with fuck it, or you can go ahead and just fuck around with the titles and you're gonna find some competitors. If I was a trader, this guy would be my competitor easily. I can study him and then I can create videos not like his, but something like his, but I'll add my own twist to it. That's basically how everyone else is doing content on YouTube. Everybody is copying everybody, but they're adding their own twist onto things. That's it. All right, next thing. What do we have here? All right, nothing here. So the content library. This is very important. Obviously, like genuinely speaking, you're really gonna need Obsidian or Notion to be documenting each and every single thing that you do. So you're gonna need content library, a content library where you have a research that you've conducted for days or weeks. I don't care how long you've done it. The more you've done it, the better. Where basically it studies each and every single person that you interact with and somebody that you look up to maybe. You also need to understand that what works needs to be documented, and anything that pops in your mind, even as far as a content idea or a video that you want to create, you can just tell it to Claude and be like, park this, we're going to create a video about this, and then it reminds you later. So yeah, obviously you can go ahead and pause, read this. There's a lot of hook types, body structures, CTA patterns, but this isn't really that, like amazing. However, this library gets loaded up into Claude's project file. Once from that point on, every video idea Claude generates is pulling from real validated patterns, not just making things up. And I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to send a prompt. I'm going to show you how we can, I'm going to get a whole video package to me with titles and thumbnails. One more thing, I'm going to get into it, but we're going to talk about it probably in another video in detail. To use your titles are best created by Claude after you give him the instructions, after you give him the patterns. The thumbnails are best made with Codex. Codex 5.5, using ChatGPT's latest model. I'm not going to lie to you. The thumbnail that you clicked on is made by Codex. The title that you just clicked on was generated by Claude. This whole Miro board was made by Claude. And I'm just spitting sauce, I'm spitting facts, I'm giving you as much value as I possibly can so you can start automating your content, so you can go ahead and start doing stuff that is pretty cool. Now, the next Mario board video is going to be quite insane, and I'm pretty sure of it. And I'm currently working on a couple of things that I will be showing you in the next videos, upcoming videos, but not now. However, let's not digress. Validating the ICP. Now, here's one of my two favorite ways to market research. There is, obviously, number one is going to have to be the sales calls transcripts. What is best than taking sales calls transcripts, putting them into Perplexity, and then using Claude Sonnet 4.6, convert the whole files, convert every single transcript of a sales call either into a JSON or into a Markdown. Do not convert it into anything else except for JSON or a Markdown file. That's all you need to know. That's sauce number one. So if you're a coach and if you've previously had a lot of sales calls before, amazing. Take all these sales calls, send them into Perplexity, send them into whatever AI you'd like to use, and then use them as a Markdown file. Convert them into Markdown files. And obviously there's a prompt for it, where you can just compress it, take the things that you want out of the sales calls. But it's nothing too crazy. You can come up with it if you use your mind for like 10 minutes. So yeah, that's the best way you can validate your ICP. Second most favorite way is through IG story sequences. So basically what happening is, this is from one of my clients. He basically created a sequence long time ago, talking about this past week I recorded so much content for you guys. And as you can see, I love the aesthetic in here. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Okay. And then there is a second slide after this that comes, second story. And it's not just content, it's solutions for every struggling or inconsistent day trader out there. But here's the thing. I don't just want to drop what I think is helpful. I want to hear from you. Okay. But here, and then obviously he drops this box. Where do you feel stuck in trading? And then I'm building the content I wish I had starting out. So tell me your biggest pain points and I'll cover them in the next video. So this could be amazing. Why? Because if somebody types in here, types where they feel stuck, you go ahead and DM them, and then you send them a questionnaire, be like, fill this out for me, I'll give you something in return. Or you can enter a giveaway for a prop firm account. Whatever it is, okay? This is amazing, and it's the best way you can market research after Fathom, okay? So after the Fathom sales call transcripts. Now that we're done with this, let's go ahead and start feeding Claude. So this is the phase. Now that you've created your ICP, you have a content library, and you have call transcripts. Everything is ready. And now all you need to do is just use your brain a little bit, have a competitor list of people that you want to target. Sorry, the people that you want to not replicate their content, but you want to take inspiration from them. Okay. Do this and then give it to Claude and tell Claude to give you more examples, tell Claude to look up more people. And yeah, I'm basically going to show you a little something right now. It's time for some demonstration, a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Claude. I'm going to go on, I've been using Cowork and Code, but let's just use this one. I'm going to use Haiku. So I'm going to explain this also very quickly. If you're somebody that's never used Claude ever, Haiku is for chit chat, nothing too crazy. Sonnet is the best, not the best, sorry. For conversations best, but for coding it's Opus 4.7 easily. Sonnet 4.6 doesn't use as much. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is that you cannot use it as you please, right? You need to be very careful. You need to be purposeful whenever you're using Claude. And yeah, so this is very important. Anyway, you go ahead, you create a project. So first thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna go ahead and create a project. Okay, it's very important. New project, and we're gonna name it YouTube tests. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna name the description. It doesn't really matter, but I'll call it content creation system. Okay. Create project. Let me clear the backgrounds, and let me just open my OBS on the side again. And here's Claude. Okay. So there is no space in YouTube. There shouldn't be a space. I'm very sorry that there is space in YouTube. Fix this. I'm sorry. I know this wasting too much time. Your attention span is probably clicking. You want to click off the video. Anyway, first thing we're going to do, we need instructions. Okay. Instructions. How do we make instructions? Give me 1 second. I'll come back to you. Boom. All right. Here is the thing. I literally just went ahead and extracted everything. So yeah, it wasn't a thing, but I changed the, how stuff could get messy sometimes. But this is what you're going to be putting into your project. Now, back into this shit. So we're going to go ahead, click on instructions, Control V, right? Fill in everything. fill in everything about you, everything that you know, everything that you see that I have put in there purposefully was put for a reason. Go ahead, fill it out, plug it into the instructions, and then next thing I'm going to want from you, you see this beautiful place called files. I want you to upload your ICP. I want you to upload voice notes of yourself talking so that I can know how you speak. I want you to upload a couple of YouTube transcripts that you feel comfortable using, like VSL frameworks, webinar frameworks, whatever comes into your mind. You can be free to use it. One more thing, I don't know what I personally use, but use your offer. Every single thing that is about your info offer needs to be included either in the instructions or in the files. I'm repeating this one more time. In files, you need to put your SOP and every single piece of information there is about your info offer. Everything ranging from ticket to offer to the closers, to the setters, to the names of the people, everybody that's working and how much you're making. Everything needs to be mentioned. So that whenever we want to create YouTube videos, we can pull on from those beautiful ideas so we can go ahead and create videos just like these. Okay. Now, I would really love to show you how things are, but I just don't want to, free will. But I feel like I should. I'm just going to go ahead and go to my main project right now. I don't use chat as much. I use Cowork and I use Cod. I use Code. There's, as you can see, a couple of things on the right, a couple of things on the left. I'm going to be blurring some of it, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me show you Obsidian. So this is what I was talking to you guys about. This is Obsidian. Every single piece of information has been generated by myself, first of all, and then Claude started just like boom, 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 boom. It would save add notes inside of the whole Obsidian shit. So I can tell it good night and it wraps up the work. Next day in the morning, good morning, Claude, where are we at? Hello, it's like Jarvis. Basically, you're building, that's Jarvis right here. You're creating him. So yeah, you need Obsidian. I really can't stress how important Obsidian is. Just there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube. Go out and look it up. You'll learn a lot for sure. So yeah, next thing, let's go ahead and, like I said, for the sake of example, I don't know where we left off, but for the sake of example, we want to start creating content. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it something. And also one more thing, yeah, you need to create this. So under the project, when you go ahead and create your project, there is another detail that you should be basically talking about. Description is so important. Description is where you talk about even your goal, your objective, and what you want to do with this project. Now, I have separate projects that you're not seeing, but I have separate projects dedicated towards certain tasks because you don't want things to overlap and you don't want things to get cluttered. And it's very important that you keep things neat and organized, and that's very beautiful. So you basically add in the information about yourself, your goal, and what you want to do. So I would say content creation system. Hey, my name is AB. I'm this. I've created this much in trading. I'm a trader. I do this, I do that, and I've traded these strategies, and this is my unique mechanism and help me create positioning. This is very important. Okay. Now I don't want this to sound very shallow, but the reason why I'm telling you to go ahead and create. So I might have not stressed it enough, but when you go ahead and go on YouTube and look up the competitors that are in your space that are creating YouTube videos and you feel like they're quite successful, the thing is, what you're trying to do is that you're trying to copy the same layout so you can show the people your unique mechanism. That is the thing that gets the people to buy. You need to show people that you have a unique mechanism, and what other way you could show them other than using other than following a proven valid method, right? So that's the whole point. We want to create a unique mechanism so you can start the positioning. Positioning is the whole thing in this whole topic. And we're trying to basically minimize the friction that's between the idea in your head and the execution. That is the most important thing. And the easiest way you can do this is by using AI. And hopefully everything you've seen until now has helped you. I'm pretty sure I could make a video for 10 hours straight. This is not enough. 23 minutes of you watching this video is not enough by any stretch. This stuff does not take you you will not learn AI like this fast. But watching this video, applying each and every single thing I told you about, also taking the swap files, right? Also DM me on IG down below. There's a link. Just DM me on IG. I'll send them all to you. I'm not gonna be like, hey V, can you send me that? I'm gonna be like, no, buy my course right now. I'm not gonna do that. Just send me. I'll send it over to you. No strings attached. If you're a coach or something, I might pitch you. But obviously you're gonna come for that. Not me, honestly. I'm just creating content. There's cool stuff with AI. We're trying to spread the word over here. Anyway, so with Pulsify, what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna help well, not with Postify, sorry. So with Claude, Postify is the name of my company, but with Claude, what we're gonna be basically doing is a couple of things. Okay, I want you to use Claude to basically help you create your positioning. And one more thing, really, when it comes to prompting, I would like for each and every single person watching this video to go on Google and just download Whisperflow. Okay, I can't type for some reason. This shit is amazing, right? Best thing you could ever do is talk and yap in detail for Claude, and then it will basically know what's going on. There you can see Claude is in there, the big shit. So yeah, I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna hit my hotkeys right now and just tell it to do something. Hey Claude, I want you to create 5 video ideas for me using and referencing the files in the project files and Obsidian and exactly every single thing we've researched up until this point. I want you to also give me 5 proven thumbnails and titles to, create for my niche so it can make me stand out and leverage my unique mechanism. Talk about exactly what I do and just help me with the title and the thumbnail and give me bullet points on what the script should be for the YouTube video. I want to create a top of funnel, middle of funnel, but for now I want to stick on top of funnel videos because I'm trying to gain some attention on YouTube and I don't want to get into the middle of funnel yet. Thank you. Let go. Okay, so we're gonna use Sonnet for this one, ladies with gentle hands, and we're gonna use adaptive thinking. I'm wasting my credits on you guys, but yeah, anyway, we're gonna hit send. I don't know if I should pause the video. I'll just let it cook. Oh yeah, one more beautiful thing, which I really would love to talk about, but there's just no enough time to create everything in one video. You can create something called a skill or context profiles with JSON as a JSON file, where it basically learns the whole process of creating something. So it basically becomes an SOP of prompting, right? Instead of having to go ahead and find the reference points, find the context profiles, find everything, you can just create the tool, create the skill, and it's known for a specific task. And I think people might start selling skills to businesses because it's that fucking good. And I'm working on mine right now. So yeah, I've developed a skill for thumbnails and titles. It's working pretty well, I think. But the one that you're seeing right now is not the one that you're going to be seeing. I'm already working separately on it on Claude Code up there. So let's see what it cooked. Okay, there we go. Don't build. That's amazing. Don't build a personal brand as a coach. Build this instead. It converts. Pretty fucking solid. Okay, pretty good. They lied to you. Background is clean, minimal desk setup, ring. All right, you read it, pause, read, look at everything. Here's the hook, problem block, everything that there is. Just take a look at this. I've already done this a millions of times. And it still needs refinement. And it's still, bro, there's a lot of people that I have scraped off of YouTube and the people that are creating content in my space. It just uses all of them. And then it has my twist on it. That's it. So you can feel free to do that. Every single person that you ever know is copying other people. And we will talk more in detail about copying and why it works and why reinventing the wheel won't work. I'm going to tell you something before we get into it because I don't want to really forget this. Creating content when you're starting out is very important because you get to see what's already working until you dominate the space. So once you've become an industry leader and you know exactly what you're talking about, you get the privilege to then start creating YouTube videos with random ass titles and thumbnails and locations and hooks and everything without people questioning you, without people questioning your authority, and with still hitting the same views and still getting the same conversions. At the same time, with a caveat, of course, you're going to still have to be listening to the viewers and what they like and whatnot. And they don't have to voice it necessarily. You can look at the stats or the metrics that your videos pull. At first thing, you are not Alex Ramosi, you're not Nick Setting, you're not Charlie Morgan, you're not any of the big people in the space yet. All you have to do is just find the people, and not necessarily the big people in the space, find the people that are intermediately into YouTube, create exactly what they're doing, add your twist so you can add your twist by adding your unique mechanism so you can develop your positioning. And it's very simple. You start creating videos over and over and over again and use AI to basically help you enrich your knowledge and enrich the background in creating better content and everything. This is how it works, okay? back into the video. We're gonna, sorry, back into the AI. So here's a couple of more. The AI content system that books calls for BizOp coaches and autopilot, full breakdown, pretty good. I like it. It's not that bad. Could be adjusted a little bit. How to start a YouTube channel as a BizOp coach in 2026. Your audience required. This is a fucking amazing one. Your coaching content isn't failing because of views. This one is ass. So obviously you can flag the ones that you don't like. Whenever you're creating something or you're prompting, you flag and then you ask, basically you ask Claude to rate it out of 10. Once you've flagged it and then it starts rating it out of 10, it tells you 80 and you're like, why can it not be? What's stopping it from becoming a 10? Sorry, 100. And then you start talking more and more and more. It's like, okay, it's missing this. Okay, it's missing that. And then you just take it, refine it, send it back, rate it again, rate it again, rate it again until you have 100%. After you have 100%, you try it again until you start seeing some caveats and then adjust it. That's it. That's a skill for you. Okay. So this is, like I said, this is an old skill. This is not the one that I'm using, but this is pretty good. Just to give you an idea of how far you can get with just doing shit like this. Okay. And obviously feel free to pause, take everything in here. This is exactly what's going on in the markets. Okay. Feel free to pause, do everything. I'm not judging you. I'm showing it, if anything. Second one, sorry, the fifth one is going to be the raw content system that sells high ticket coaching without showing your lifestyle. This is so niche. This is very middle of funnel. I don't think this necessarily gets you a lot of views. I could be wrong. But it's definitely a lot of characters. We certainly do follow a couple of characters, a 60 character limit, so that it doesn't show to be crazy on mobile. So, you know, you can read the whole text on mobile. And yeah. So for thumbnails, I'm going to tell it something else. So with Codex 5.5, within the Obsidian Vault, I've created a thumbnail SOP, or something that basically whenever we need to create thumbnails, we can just pull up on that one and we can just use the same method to create the Miro board thumbnails. Do you have that in the vault? Yes or no? Let's see. Okay, there isn't. I'm gonna show you a thumbnail I've created on Codex. It's pretty fucking sick, honestly. Let it load. So wait, let it load first. Boom, again. So as you can see, here's my Codex. This is fucking amazing. All right, there's a before and after. It looks crazy. Let me pull the before actually before we get into the after. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these are two thumbnails. I've personally created one of them by hand. Take a look. Let me know. Pause the video. Take a look at it. I personally think it looks fucking amazing. The reason behind that is because it just looks way better. Okay? The one on the left looks fucking fire. and it's something you can create with AI. Like, it's genuinely just a lot of prompting. A lot of freaking prompting in here. Going through it just like back and forth. Back and forth. I was like, can you design? And then we went over this one. Can you make this look better? This is one of the thumbnails that I've created, okay? It looks amazing. I think it looks okay. Not to say amazing. It looks pretty good, okay? It looks pretty good and it gets you clicks. Guaranteed, okay? So you don't need a thumbnail designer anymore. You genuinely don't, because you already got Codex, okay? You can just use this, design it, you're good to go. So yeah, I would definitely recommend using Claude Design kills, but I haven't really tried Claude Design as much. I've been quite trenching in code and code work, but design, I've heard design kills if you want to create VSL landing pages. They're pretty fucking good. They're very sick. I've seen some results, but for me, I personally haven't really dug deep into it, so I'm currently just stuck with this one. I'm just trying out Codex. I believe it's better for now. So yeah, this is also a thumbnail you can create. Now, back into the board. I don't know where we're at so far, but we've created the content. Here's like a very quick run through on what you should be doing. So the Miro board is your script. You don't read from it, you talk through it. As you can see, I'm just getting off, going here and there, showing you stuff. Open OBS or Loom, share your screen, put your face in the corner. I'm here or here, somewhere. I'm somewhere around here, basically. Open your face in the corner and walk through each section like you're explaining it to a friend. You guys are all my friends. Anyway, The production process, 2 hours per video. So you're going to open Claude, generate video outline from master prompt, takes 5 minutes. Build the Miro board from the outline, cards, arrows, text, no design skills needed. Okay. Open OBS or Loom, set up screen share plus webcam, hit record. Very simple. That's how you do it. And then walk through the board, talk naturally. And if you stumble, keep going. That's authentic. You don't have to delete the uhs and the ums. You don't see me deleting them. Upload, write title from Claude, copy description from Claude. Congratulations. That's all. And then for delivery and packaging and whatnot, this is separate. Obviously, this is a complete, like, not really as separate, but you should definitely be reposting on your media, your email sequences. These are kind of like what ties back into content, which I'm going to be making videos about, which basically supplements everything. Okay. So yeah, just watch this. So what to track in every video. You can either, like, honestly, the first 48 hours doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but it's good to keep track of your videos in the first 48 hours to check the algorithm. The CTA click rate, the cause books directly from this video. Basically, every single thing that there is to know about your video, just so that you can reiterate until you find your winner, okay? So you can find videos that perform best for you. Because some people, the fuck it format doesn't work for them. But if they go ahead and don't do this instead, it works better for them. So that's something I want you to listen to very carefully. Last thing, the VSO funnel, which I'm going to be talking about next video. We're going to be talking about the sales infrastructure and how you can automate that with AI as well. Not getting on calls, right? Not getting on calls, just so that I don't get bullshit for it. Everything ranging from booking the call all the way to getting on the call. And then afterwards, you know, after payment link has been submitted and they pay the money, obviously automated as well, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So yeah, VSO funnel, YouTube gets them curious, the funnel converts them, and without this, all your views go nowhere. And that's what happens to most coaches who create good content but still can't close. So YouTube video sends them, CTA sends them to a VSO page, not your IG, not your bio link, the VSO page, okay? VSO page, videos that are scripted from your ICP data, addresses their exact fears and objections before they can even say them. Typeform application, Calendly booking, and 6 pre-call emails. Hammer them by Jeremy Haynes, okay? Okay, the full picture. Every phase feeds the next one. The ICP informs the research builds the library gets loaded into Claude, Claude generates validated ideas, you create the video in 2 hours, the funnel converts the views, and the performance data loops back into Claude to make the next one sharper. Should I say it? Okay, you can also go ahead and create with Claude Code. You don't need to learn coding, you don't need to learn anything, you don't need to learn JavaScript, you don't need to learn C language, nothing. You create a dashboard, connect your YouTube into it, and then you can see where is going where and who's. That's an amazing thing that I just said. But you can go ahead and just do that, right? It's amazing. Yeah, you can just do it. Anyway, I'll be talking about things. I'm just liking the AI hype right now, so I'm gonna be creating videos around AI. Finally found something that I really like. So yeah, ICP research. We just already spoke about all of this, right? Anyway, guys, this brings me to the end of this video. To get all these swap files, DM me on IG. I'll be able to sell it to you. Again, did I say sell it to you? I'll be able to send it to you without trying to sell you anything. So don't worry about that. There's an ICP template I can send you over, a research spreadsheet and content library structure, all 4 cloud prompts. Copy, fill it in, run it yourself. So if you have any questions as well, I'll be more than happy to answer. Down below, there's going to be a link to my IG, or you can just go ahead and type ab.louis. And yes, without further ado, this was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was beneficial to you, even though I can't do it justice in under just 40 minutes. But there's going to be more videos to come, and I promise you. And without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, bye.